everyone, it's Shirley and welcome to my channel. I feel like every time I do a video where I sit down and talk to you guys candidly, it's either to explain where I've been or apologize for being away. And I really can't help it because it just happens so often, life gets in the way, and we're in the middle of a panorama, so I'm trying not to apologize so much for taking breaks when I need it and to not feel pressure to post videos when I'm not feeling my best. And this format is no surprise. I'm going to be showing y'all the face I've been wearing recently, the products I've been using, my thoughts on them, and why I haven't been posting. So let's get right into it. I received a lot of products from yesstyle to try out. So on days where my skin has been cooperating, I haven't been wearing foundation, surprisingly. These days I like to wear less makeup, especially if I'm wearing a mask. I've just been wearing concealers, and the ones I've been loving are the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer and the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I've already applied my skincare and chapstick. Let me zoom y'all in. So I like to use the Camo Concealer right under my eyes because it's hydrating enough where it doesn't crease, and I just like to use my finger to pat that out. So, where I've been. So if you follow me on social media or if you catch up on the news, you might have read that there has been a lot of anti-Asian violence going on recently, and personally I get very sensitive to those kinds of things. I think I've mentioned this in a previous video, but every time I see posts about that, I will either break down crying or just be in a really bad mood the entire day, just because it's weighing on me. You kind of lose faith in humanity, and I feel very hopeless about the current state of the world. I'm just gonna conceal some blemishes. So after coming across so many articles, so many posts about it on social media, I just get very overwhelmed, and I just need to step back from social media, which I do from time to time. And on top of that, something very unfortunate happened, which is not my place to say, but I've also been dealing with that on top of the anti-Asian violence. So the last thing on my mind is to put out a video. Filming and editing takes a lot of energy for me, and if I'm not feeling it, I cannot sit in front of a camera and film. I literally cannot fake a vibe. If I'm in a bad mood, you're gonna see it, you're gonna feel it. I've just been taking things slow, trying to see friends and family when I can, and to just process and think about how I can be a better ally. I know that this is all very overwhelming to talk about or even think about, but we cannot be silent. We cannot let another person commit another hate crime just because they had a bad day. I'm trying to find the right words and also do my makeup. So I'm going to just highlight down my nose bridge. It's sad that many of us are worrying about our elders and parents going out in public, because these things are happening. People will target our most vulnerable populations, which are our elders, and we need to protect them. I'm going to include some links to charities and GoFundMe's down below. Please consider donating if you have the means to. If not, sharing is just as helpful. I think that's all that I wanted to talk about that subject. So I'm just gonna move on to makeup. We're gonna talk about lighter things. This was sent to me on yesstyle. This is Soren's collaboration with VT Cosmetics. It's called Don't Waste My Time. And if you don't know who Soren is, she is a member of the K-pop group CLC. For eyes, I'm going to be using the Soren Signature Mood Shadow. If I find the shade name, I'll put it right here, and I'll link all the products down below. So this is how it looks. As you can tell, I've already rubbed off her name. Let me just show you how it looks on the eyes. Also, on more natural makeup days, I don't prime my eyes, and I find that the blending looks more seamless on just bare skin. It's a lot more vibrant in person, I feel like. I'm just gonna build this up. There's a little bit of shimmer in here, which is really pretty. I love shimmers in eyeshadows, and it's not patchy at all. I'm just using my fingers to blend, and it's not clinging to any dry patches or looking splotchy. It looks very pretty. I just like to put this all over my lid and call it a day. I'm not gonna mess with a transition shade. The rest of the shadow on my finger, I'm gonna apply it on my lower lash line. I've been using this brown liner from Fixie. This is their Slim Waterproof Fixie liner. I love the packaging. It's like a gradient from purple to brown. It has a super fine point. I've really been into a softer lash line these days so that my lashes really pop, because my lashes have been growing, which I'm very excited about. Probably the next video will be about how I grew my lashes, so be on the lookout for that. I've been moving away from a thick liner on my lids, at least. I just think it looks more flattering, and it's less jarring on those like natural makeup days. This is waterproof, so I'm gonna line my waterline. I'm also going to line my bottom waterline, and I'm just gonna start to draw a thin line on my lids. And I usually stop like right here, right before the wing. I like that this doesn't bleed. Is bleed the right word? But basically, like, it goes where I want it to go. I'm gonna save the tail for the end. I'm gonna move to the inner corners. I've been using the Unleashia Pretty Easy Glitter Stick. It's this really peachy color with gold flecks. I apply this in the inner corners and like the inner third of my eye. Super pretty. It just kind of like brightens up my eyes. And now we're moving on to the wing. I use the Wet n Wild Mega Liner. I'm pretty sure I've used this in a video before. I like to do my wing a little bit higher than where my eye actually ends. That sounds a bit confusing, so I think you'll understand if you see it. The end of my eye is right here. I just go a little bit above it. Just slightly above. You can totally leave it at this if you'd like. I just like a little bit more bold and like lifted. I love myself a cat eye. Getting my liner to be even is super hard. I feel like my liner is almost never even. I think that is as even as I'll get it. So I should have done this step earlier, but I'm going to set my under eyes. Since I have oily skin, I really want to make sure that my concealer doesn't move or get greasy throughout the day. So I'm just gonna set it with a loose powder. This one is from AAPI Studios. It's their Perfect Setting Powder. I'm just gonna set wherever I put the concealer. While I wait for my eyeliner to dry, I'm going to start contouring my nose. So my external microphone cut off right here, which is really annoying, but we're just gonna move on. So I was using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which is a cult favorite. I'm sure you've heard of it before. So right here, I was just explaining that before I would contour my nose by drawing a straight line, which made my nose look wonky sometimes and even crooked. So these days, I've just been contouring in sections. I'm not even going to touch the tip of my nose yet. I'm just gonna do the bridge of my nose and always connect the brows. For the tip of my nose, I like to go around the nostrils and just kind of bronze it up underneath the nose. And I don't know if this does anything, but I just like to go in with the bronzer and literally just put it all over the bridge of my nose and on the tip. And if I feel like I've gone a little too overboard, I'll just pat it in. I also like to darken up around the nostrils because there's like naturally a shadow around your nostrils. Next, I'm gonna bronze up the sides of my face just so I don't look too pale. Since I lack cheekbones, I like to apply blush right underneath my eyes, kind of like right at my temples. It just kind of creates the illusion that I have like little apples, cheekbones, when I don't. This is the NYX High Definition Blush in the shade Bitten. Yeah, this stuff is really pigmented, so I go in a little bit at a time. Can you all see the difference? This side has no bronzer or blush. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I guess you could describe it as like a flushed, drunken look. Let's fill in my brows. I've been using the Peri Para Speedy Eyebrow Auto Pencil. This is in the shade 01 Black Brown. This is what the tip looks like. It's like your average eyebrow pencil. I'm just gonna line my brows with this. Getting my brows to be even takes so much concentration. I feel like I already messed up. I'm gonna fill in my brows. This is the AAPI Studio Wonderbrow Tinted Brow Pomade. I love this stuff. I use it in a lot of my videos. I have a pimple here and I might have scratched it. I accidentally made my brows more arched than usual. Now I'm gonna conceal my brows with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I like using this one because it has a pink undertone and it's also very forgiving if you mess up. And it's also hydrating, so it won't look too harsh around the brows. Do y'all see how important cleaning up is? I have naturally thick brows, so I feel like I always need to clean up. The only time where I don't really need to clean up my brows is when I get them waxed or threaded, but it's been a while, obviously, as you can tell. Alright, I think that is as even as I can get it. Next, I'm moving on to my lashes. So this is like the main focus of my makeup, I feel like. As I said before, I've been growing out my lashes. And I'm not sure if you can tell, but my lashes have grown out a lot. So I've really been wanting to define my natural lashes. I'm gonna curl them with my Shiseido eyelash curler. I do want to do an updated eyelash routine. I'm still trying to figure out my ideal lash routine. Let me know if you're interested in seeing that. Your girl was not blessed with naturally thick and long lashes, let me tell you. So for me to wear mascara alone and ditch the falsies is so nice. Don't get me wrong, falsies are super pretty, super dramatic, but I could feel it taking a toll on my lash line. My lash line would be irritated. Sometimes it would itch. It might have been my lash glue or like re-wearing my lashes multiple times. I don't even know how long it's been since I last wore lashes, but I'm not missing it. This is the mascara that came with Soren's collab. It's called the Signature Per Mascara and Primer Fixer. So it comes with a lash primer and also a mascara, which is supposed to perm your lashes or hold the curl, I'm assuming. Nowhere on the package does it say that it's waterproof, but I'm pretty sure it's waterproof because it's really hard to get off even with oil cleanser. So first I'm gonna go in with the primer. It is a white wand and I feel that it makes my lashes a little stiff. I'll do one side with the primer, one side without the primer. I'm gonna coat my bottom lashes as well. Then I'm gonna apply the mascara. It's just a black mascara on like a thinner wand. So these are my lashes with the primer on. And I'm gonna apply the mascara without the primer. I don't know if y'all can see the difference, but I do feel that the mascara alone is quite nice. It's just slightly more clumpy than if you were to use the primer. With the primer, the lashes are more separated, but they get very like crunchy, if you know what I mean, and it's also harder to get off. For the bottom lashes, I've actually been using a brown mascara. This is from mak-cara, the long lash curling, in the shade 04 Wine Brown. It is a brown with a red undertone. I find that it looks less harsh on my lower lash line. The formula is also very soft. Like, it doesn't make your lashes feel hard or crispy, which I can really appreciate. I find that the red pigment in this mascara really helps to define my lashes. I'm gonna wipe off any excess mascara. Moving on to the lips, I'm going to be wearing Soren's Signature Deer Lipstick. It's this really pretty peach corally shade. I put on a very small amount and I just dab out the rest with my finger. Since I'll be wearing a mask, I don't like to put too much lip product or else it transfers, and then the last step is highlighter. This is from AAPI Studios and it's in the shade 83 Blissful. It's kind of like a cool toned highlighter, and I'm gonna go down my nose bridge, on the tip of my nose, and on my non-existent cheekbones. I don't want to go too overboard with the highlighting. And this is the final result. That is it to this video. Thank you so much for watching and letting me ramble. If you made it this far, props to you. I have more videos coming up. Don't know if I can keep up with them weekly, but I'll let y'all know. I'm kind of in a rush because I need to meet up with some friends for milk tea, but thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!